Hello and welcome back to the Netherlands in Victoria 2. I am your host, Robot Genie. And, yeah, so we got some Spear things to do. So we can increase opinion here. And then, since Austria-Hungary is probably going to drop out of great power status right after these two wars, I'm going to, I'm going to discredit the Russian Empire here. Now, I still can't call in Great Britain until later. Much later. So I guess we're gonna continue the fight here, and I don't know, try to survive somehow up here against what seems like a never-ending onslaught of German troops. Really, a surprising never-ending onslaught of German troops. Because if you look over here, they seem to have a much lower army rating than us, and yet they really seem to be outnumbering us over here. So we're bringing over some extra men to try to deal with that situation and seeing what we can do. It could also be my army composition. My army compositions might not be good. There's a lot of things to question here, and I'm not really sure where to look. And now, actually, I'm realizing that we can be invading Spain from some different directions here. Probably could invade Spain right over there. If I could, let's just build some transport boats so we can go and invade Spain in this section. Because if we could get them out of the war, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good. If we could separate peace Spain. And then also call ally Burma into the war. Cambodia is an ally, aren't they? Yeah, we're gonna call them into the war too. Who else is an ally? We're expanding the war. The war that I thought actually seemed like it was gonna be pretty easy, not so easy. And so we're expanding the scope. And we're going to try to occupy all of Spain's territory, more or less. Oh, and it looks like we still got rebels over here, so we're going to have to come over and deal with them eventually. That artillery is going to go over there. So, yeah, it's just going to be a lot of pause movement. This could also be part of the problem that I've been having, is like all this attrition on my armies. But oh, see, like, look, yeah, already a lot of units have come back just from not being involved in battle. So we're gonna let them replenish some more by moving our lines back, and then we can maybe make a concerted push towards or like a concentrated push towards the enemy. Now I can't do any more military yet, so we're gonna keep on doing navy. And it's good flat out crushing some of these stacks. I like that. Peace offer from Germany. White peace. We gain militancy and war exhaustion if we don't accept it. And so, what does white peace entail? White peace entails basically losing a whole bunch of prestige for me. But I really do, I think that's probably the best option at this point. Because, like, yeah, I mean, we're losing so completely, and I'm baffled by how that has happened to us. I really really thought that we had more than just the upper hand. I thought we had such an extreme upper hand that it was going to be laughably easy, And it turned out really not to be the case. We can see here that we have minus 46 from battles, and that's the main reason that we're losing. So the choice here is, the choice is, do I say no? And then they're going to keep on pestering me with this decision very often, and the problem is I don't think we can turn the war score in our favor soon enough to stop being pestered by these things. So we're just going to keep on gaining militancy and war exhaustion, which would be no good for anyone. So we basically lost, and because we're going to keep on losing battle score because Russia's sending these small stacks over, getting smacked by the Germans. We're doing okay. I would say for just our nation, we're at least equal in battle war score, if not on the positive side. But that doesn't really matter because it's our whole alliance. So, and we didn't lose prestige. That's oh, that's interesting. Is it so? Who does lose prestige then? Did the Russians? Oh, I should have checked. I should have checked beforehand. I was just so certain that I would lose prestige for those war goals that I wonder if the Russians lost prestige for not getting the war goal. I don't know. Somebody had to have lost prestige. I certainly did not. Because it was like over 100 prestige overall to lose. And I certainly didn't lose that prestige. I would say it looks like maybe Austria-Hungary did. Question mark. I'm not really sure. Or maybe only if I had offered that piece, but since Germany offered it, it doesn't count. I mean, that seems like a really weak explanation for it. Maybe it does work that since Russia added that other war goal, that if they didn't get that war goal, they were the ones that lost prestige. That could very well be. Maybe, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. But clearly we didn't lose it. So really that was just kind of like a fun little episode for us to once again test our defenses. And let's I would like to do a little review of the war for a second here and kind of gain some positive aspects of it. And what I really liked was the extra troops that we had here did allow us to hold off the Germans and even for a while make a little bit of a push, although that ended up not working out for us. That this defense system's working and the extra troops, against France, if the surrender hadn't come when it did, France would have just full occupied our country, our mainland. But Germany, we were actually reforming our lines here, and we are going to be able to make another push against Germany. And it wasn't at all clear that they are going to even maintain any kind of occupation across our country, at least not to me. Part of our problem was we weren't letting the units recover, and once we started letting the units recover and we started getting our manpower back in our forces, I think we would have been able to come right back at them. And so I see that as a positive, especially considering we, as in I, am still learning when battles are appropriate to take and exactly how to fight them in this game. And so that, I mean, all that stuff seems to have worked out for me. We are going to demobilize, even though we're still at war. I am going to go over and help Austria-Hungary against Italy. But I am also going to reform our defenses here. Because, yeah, as just stated, I feel they're very important. Now, we did lose some of the defenders. And we're just going to have to see as we spread them out here if we need any extra. Okay. Yeah, and I believe we got our slow transport fleet here. Good old slow transports. We're going to come right over here into Italy. Now we may be losing the Italian war too much. No, we're not losing it greatly. Probably because before Italy could get any war score from battles against Austria-Hungary, the Germans had murdered all their troops. That's that's what happened. Uh, and then would the Ottoman Empire join? Okay, we're gonna recall our allies in, and the Russians, Russia, would you come in against Italy? Okay, yeah. So maybe this will go over better. Perhaps, perhaps. Maybe I could grab like Sicily. That'd be sexy. All right, yeah. Everybody accepted. No, we're not going to lose prestige. I hate losing prestige. I didn't even read that. I don't know what it's about. I don't care. The only thing that really matters is I don't lose prestige. Now it is tempting to just kind of let Great Britain come over here and do all the fighting, but I am going to contribute. I think I am going to. And what I might do is contribute these African forces because I want to make sure that I want to keep a large force up here. Because like I said before, I feel like this is where this part of the world needs to be defended more than anything else. It has to hold. Well, our home base cannot fall to the enemies. Mongolia goes bankrupt, and I feel like still mentioning here that we are still doing pretty well in terms of game performance now that we changed some things around. Oh yeah, and we also got to come over here and slap around these rebels. I think that's. Can I tell where? Okay, so there's 7 active rebels regiments. Is that the only place that has them? Oh, British Australia. That's new. They're like semi-independent now or something. Because they changed color, so that's different. And Britain appears to be at war with Siam. Over what? Okay. Britain is going to just conquer Siam. It looks like. That's fine. Do it, Britain. You're my ally now, so whatever you want, bro. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like that's the only place with the rebels, but we have so many freaking holdings that they could just be occupying half of. Like they could have been occupying all down here, and I would never have known. I like never looked down there. It's almost like I should sell it away, but I would never do that. Never, never, never would I give the land away to anyone. Even if it's for my own benefit. No one gets my land. And Austria-Hungary just continues to really suck. I wonder if anyone's ever told them how terrible they are at warfare. So we're gonna come over here and bring the fight to these Italians. Now let's go to terrain map mode because I'm sure this matters. This is mountains, so that's probably not great to engage in. But then again, this is a 42 stack versus a 15 stack, so we're probably okay. I say that, but we're not doing that great. We did eventually win here, but we lost a bunch of troops. Oh, we're doing much better here. That was much better. They should have never retreated from that other spot. So we're gonna conquer Sicily here. I think I can add the Ottomans to my sphere again. And let's see. Austria-Hungary is still friendly with them. I'm surprised that they have kept their great power status. They can't be keeping this for long, right? Switzerland is number 9 now? Come on, really? Wow, Austria-Hungary is actually very solidly in the lead. I think China was catching up to them, and then I think they just lost a war or something. So now they're not. And I mean, Italy is now in trouble because there's a lot of people coming to get them. It's not paranoid if it's true, Italy. Not paranoia if it's true. A lot of people are coming to get you. Yeah, we're just going to work our way up from the bottom here with two relatively large stacks. And then we're going to come over here and pick up this other African army and then finally go crush these rebels. So like, with this slow transport fleet. We also saw that our navy performed pretty well there. We, okay. I'm probably not going to do that. Yeah, we crushed the entire German fleet. If we go to show great powers, Germany doesn't have a navy listed here anymore. It's totally gone. So we are much better than Germany in terms of army, which is, you know, amplifies the surprise of mine that we actually were kind of losing that war. Did lose that war. Yeah, but you know, anyway, whatever. Yeah, the game continues to run better than it was. Not as good, obviously, as like it seems like the first, what is it, 1836 to like 1880, 1890. I guess the first phase of the game, right up through colonization of Africa, seems to run much more smoothly than after. And that seems to be a problem across the board. But this is an acceptable speed. Where I can see that we're dipping down into the low 20s occasionally here as for frame rate on recording. Yeah, I mean that wasn't the case earlier on in the episodes. We were maintaining 30 frames per second at all times, but it is what it is. And I definitely don't think it's because the recorder is running too. I mean, this game's only using one core. I have another 7 free. The CPU load that I have on right now, the CPU, if you just look at my computer, it's like, yeah, well, we're only using 30% of the CPU and like 35% of the resources, RAM resources available. So it's not an issue with that. That's the problem with single core games. I can only imagine though that it's probably a real pain to develop to make this multi-core, and I think a lot of their stuff probably shares the same library and everything. Yeah, I bet it's more work than it is worthwhile to add more cores. I'd have to imagine that they do it eventually, though, because you know, everybody's been behind in putting software up to multi-core, but it seems here to stay, to be honest. Yeah, so we don't have enough to add a war goal. And really, it's, I mean, I don't know. I'm a programmer. It's not that hard to make it multi-core. It is if the program's already developed and built to be single core. But if you're like, let's say, making a new engine for like a new set of games, you know, that they're gonna do it, eventually they're gonna redesign their engine, and when they do, they'll probably make it multi-core. Because if you're doing it from scratch, it's not that hard. If you're upgrading a system that's already designed for it, read that it's virtually impossible and probably not worth it. I don't know. That's just my little rant. And yeah, we're just, I mean, as Italy occupies all of Austria-Hungary, we're going to occupy all the bottom of Italy. Just kind of waiting for other people's armies to get involved in this fight here. I definitely am not going to accept a loss in this war. I see no reason to. We're not even mobilized, and perhaps we could bring this stack over too. I don't want to bring too much over from there. I'm gonna have to remember to bring them back, but I think that'd be fine. Get these guys here. Let's merge them together. Go stomp those rebels. I'm so sick of them. Get them out of there. I don't know what they want. I don't care what they want. They rebelled against me. They must die. Let's take Rome. We're sieging this like crazy. Yep. And we're just moving on up in Italy. We're moving on up. Yeah, I won't sing for you. That's okay. Let's see. No one wants a good minimum wage. They're like, we don't give a flying crap about that. And they do want some limited safety regulations, so we'll go for that. It's going to raise factory costs. A little bit unfortunate. We're back in 8th place in terms of industry, and I am. We got diplomatic points to spend, but I'm going to attribute that to being maxed out on industrial technology. I think probably the better tech centered around the industrial technology was, I would say it's probably was effective. It looks like I was discredited in Sind. Yeah, Great Britain is finally trying to grab them. They can have them. They can have them. I was just grabbing them because nobody else was. They're not super important to me. And I would rather spend my time focusing over here, where we can, let's decrease opinion of Russia over here. And then we'll do Austria-Hungary. Because, I mean, let's be serious, I'd much rather have the Ottomans than Sind. Oh, yeah, and I wanted to, let's look, let's expand factory that, wow, that's losing a lot of money. Doesn't matter, I'm going to continue to subsidize because it raises our score. And that's all I really, as long as I'm making money and I can subsidize the factories to raise our perceived factory score, especially since it's so low, I'm going to do it. I mean, if I was someone like Germany that just has billions of factories, Germany and France, and just a United Kingdom, just factories out the wazoo, then I wouldn't pay to keep them up. But since we're making tons of money, everything's on full maintenance. We're making or maybe not. Okay, now we're making okay money. Oh, the stupid political system changed again. Stupid political system. We don't need full Navy maintenance. But yeah, it still stands. We're doing pretty good with money. And, yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, we're doing very good. We're doing very good with money. And, I'll pay to keep the factories open for the greater score, as long as I'm making money. If I'm not making money and money becomes a problem, I'll re-examine that policy. I think that's an entirely reasonable way to operate. Alright, let's crush these rebels. Yeah, good. Rebels are dead. Let's go unsiege this stuff. What's going on here? Holy crap. Ottoman Red Guards. That's a lot of rebels they got there. I wonder what our war exhaustion's like. It's 4%. I think that's probably pretty fine. And it looks like because we got the Geneva Convention, we have minus war exhaustion per month, which means basically that we can war more constantly and longer. So it seems like at some point it is a good idea to ratify the Geneva Convention. If not right away, because right when it came out, we were really behind in military, and we really needed military. Now it's not so much. We don't necessarily need it. And wow, just we're I think I think I think this reads that we are get plus 45 from battles. I'm not sure because I don't know how to read the occupation actually because we are in fact occupying a lot. I almost feel like they have the plus from battles because we've occupied a lot of important places in Italy, like their capital. Although they've occupied Austria-Hungary's capital, so 6 of one thing, half dozen of another, I guess. What was that? What does that allow? Oh yeah, and there's some technology that unlocks like biological warfare that we want to make sure to get because you can't unlock the counter to biological warfare until you've unlocked biological warfare. And whoever gets it first really kind of murders people. And I don't know where that is. I kind of want to. I think it's an idea. It's like our idea of murdering people with chemical weapons. It was a thing though. It certainly was an idea. So whatever you think about it, tis true. That was gas attack capability and gas defense capability. So we want military directionism. Like we want to research that right when the activation year of 1900 hits. Because I remember from playing that gas attack. Basically, whoever gets gas attack first before the defense hits, and if you don't also have gas attack, it's like in EU4 marching against the natives as a westernized country. It's really bad, really bad. You don't want any part of it. I feel like getting more factory-based stuff, so we're gonna do that. Oh, we can build more battleships. That'd be good. And I have once again gone way over time. So, oh, okay. We're building too many. We can only build one. Battleships take up so much naval force limit. Yeah, so if you're liking this, make sure to like and or subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Later.